Hello and welcome back to SportsbookReview.com. I am Matt DeSaro, and today we are previewing the upcoming second-round playoff matchup between the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. Here to break down the odds and give us his picks is NHL handicapper Ross Benjamin. You feeling excited as I am for this series to kick off, Ross?
Absolutely. It looks to shape up to be a pretty good series here. And boy, these teams really know each other very well based on playoff history in recent years.
All right, well, let's jump right into this then. These two Metropolitan Division rivals are set to face off, with the Rangers holding home ice and coming off of a 5-game series against Pittsburgh. The Capitals, meanwhile, travel to Madison Square Garden after surviving a hard-fought 7-game thriller with the Islanders. Ross, how much of an advantage is it for the Rangers to have these 6 days of rest and the Capitals only having 3?
Oh, it's a big advantage. I mean, anytime you can get additional rest at this time of the season, it's always a huge advantage. I mean, the NHL regular season extends 82 games. It's a physical game. The Rangers and Washington both coming off a physical series, especially Washington. That series against the Islanders was a very physical one, went the entire 7 games, as you alluded to. So, yeah, I mean, I give a big advantage to the Rangers in this regard in terms of rest, Matt.
All right. Now let's talk about these two goalies. Both Henrik Lundqvist and Braden Holtby have played outstanding between the pipes so far this postseason. Now Lundqvist clearly has the advantage in overall skill. Many of people consider him to be the best in the world. He also has the experience after leading the Rangers to last year's finals. While Holtby has been sharp this postseason, he has struggled with the Rangers in the past, allowing 12 goals in 4 games this season against the Blue Shirts with a sub-900 save percentage. How would you assess his future success in this series, Ross?
Well, he's going to have to stand on his head, Matt. You know, I mean, they're going to be a decisive underdog. Well, they are a decisive underdog in this series. And to pull an upset in a playoff series, 7-game series, you're going to have outstanding goaltending. Well, Holtby was very, very good in the first series against the Islanders, posted a .943 save percentage in 6 starts. This guy's been an absolute workhorse. This will be his 79th start of the season on Thursday, and by modern-day NHL standards, that's an awful lot. And I get a little bit concerned when you get to this time of the season. We just talked about rest. Well, we're looking at a goaltender here coming off a 7-game series, and he's played 78 games already this year. So a little bit of a concern for me there as far as wear and tear on Holtby in the short amount of time between the end of last series and the beginning of this one. And Henrik Lundqvist, you hit it right on the nose. This guy's one of the premier goaltenders in the world, if not the best in the world. And he's certainly playoff tested. If you look back to last season when he led the Rangers to the Stanley Cup Finals.
All right, now let's move forward a little bit and talk about Rick Nash and Alex Ovechkin. Now, they're going to be leaned on very hard going forward in this series, but I think that this series could come down more to role players. We saw some clutch plays from both teams' depth, including Derek Stephens scoring 2 goals against the Penguins. What other guys need to step into the spotlight this series to keep their teams ahead in the scoreboard?
Well, I mean, again, I don't get caught up in the players. You know what I mean? I'm a money guy. I'm looking at to pick a winner and a loser in this series. Having said that, if you really cornered me, I'd tell you the Rangers undoubtedly have better depth, undoubtedly have fewer flaws from top to bottom of the roster, have the better goaltending. So Washington, I would think if they need to stay in this series and make it a long series and possibly even get the upset here, they're going to have to get it done on special teams, Matt. They were the best power play in the NHL during the regular season. I have them rated as a advantage in the special teams department in comparison to the Rangers. And if they're gonna have to excel in special teams in order to win this playoff series.
All right, well, let's get down to your picks for this series then, Ross. The Rangers are a -180 moneyline favorites to win this series. With the play of Lundqvist and the Rangers' ability to control game tempo, I do like their odds. But you're the expert in these matters, Ross, and what's your call on this series?
I definitely undoubtedly like the Rangers, and as you know from working with me over the last couple weeks, I just don't like laying -180 juice. I will tell you this. I'm going to make 2 selections and this is very rare, but follow me on this one if you could. $100 to win, or in those increments for the Rangers to win in 5 games, and $100 to win in those increments for the Rangers to win in 6 games at odds of plus 324. So if they win in either 5 or 6 games, you're making a profit of $124 per $100 bet. So that's what I'm going to do. I like the Rangers to win the series. I'm not willing to lay $1.80. If you're willing to do that, that would be the bet. But if you're looking for value, Rangers in either 5 or 6 games at odds of plus 324.
All right, there you have it, folks. The play is the Rangers at plus 324 to take this series in Game 5 or 6. I want to thank you for joining us today, Ross, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
And I am Matt DeSaro for SportsbookReview.com. And remember, keep it locked right here for all your NHL playoff picks and predictions.